If you're ready to be done with those paper files and you're so stressed out about what to do with all of the incoming documents that come into your house, especially landing on your counters and leaving piles and piles and not knowing what to do with your kids' creative creations from school, this video is for you. Step number one is going to be identifying your landing zone. Where do you naturally put your paper down? Is it on the kitchen counter? Is it on the dining room counter? Is it behind on the counter next to the side? Is it by the mudroom? Wherever you naturally put your paperwork down is going to help you because you're going to use your habits to create the system to work for you. Now, in my example I'm sharing with you, I show you that I actually tend to put all of my paperwork here on the counter. It's got a perfect little space for all the paperwork. So once you figured out your natural habit and you figured out your landing zone, now it's time to pick out the item that you're going to be using. Maybe it's an actual just regular bin, or maybe it's a kind of a magazine file holder bin here, or a file folder bin. For me, I found that a regular bin did not work well for us. We actually stacked up papers more than we actually sorted through them and organized them. I found that the hanging file folders were the best thing for us because they were actual items that I could actually look at in an organized manner and making sure that I wasn't forgetting bills, wasn't late on things, and actually remembering to sign those papers that needed to go back to the kids' schools. Now, it's important to make sure that your landing zone is an area where it's just dedicated to that and it's not too many other things around it, because otherwise the system is going to get lost. Now, here is an example of my hanging file folder system. This is just a hanging file folder mini system that I found that worked right perfect in that space, but I have it set up for categories. So I have this as daily mail, meaning every time I get the mail, this is where the daily mail is going to go into, right into this file here. The second thing I have is calendars and reference docs. So my kids have calendars for school and their Bible study and things like that. And so that is where we put those calendars. My next category is return to school. So these are documents and forms that need to be returned for the kids. The next thing I have is schoolwork or homework. So sometimes my kids have regular things that they need to be working on. Maybe it's spelling words, like to give you an example. Maybe it's homework that they need to turn back in, but this all goes here. So when they're handing everything to me, I'm filing individually so that we can make sure we're taking care of the tasks that need to be done. The next thing is coupons. So I get coupons all the time and I make sure that I put them here. And then whenever I go shopping, I'm able to just pull them right out and sort through them as need be. The next thing is receipts and returns. So how often have you bought things and you're not sure if you're going to keep it, or maybe you're going to return something, or maybe you want to document it for your budgeting. Either way, the active receipts and returns are here. And then last but not least, this is the artwork to file. So my kids love giving me all of their fun little artwork. And before it gets chaotic, I put it right here just as a landing base, because during the week we are so super busy. And you're going to want to create a tax document folder. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you eliminate all of the clutter, any documents that you know that you're not going to bring into your household. So this could be credit card offers, this could be magazines, this could be just random junk mail. Make sure that you go ahead and you put that right into the recycle bin once you get in. Now, if you don't have a recycle bin set up, it might be time to get one set up, maybe next to your garbage can. We have ours next to our garage, so right when we walk in, we can put it there. Maybe you make a mini one next to your file sorting system. Either way, having a recycle plan will be an easy way to get rid of all the clutter. And so the next step is to make sure that you pick a day to process your mail. For my example, I actually use Monday as my processing day. It's where I take all of the documents out of the active daily file. I look through anything else that's in there to make sure that I have paying bills, separating, sorting, filing, whatever that needs to be done into my long-term storage file system. So on a daily basis, I'm consistently checking the kids' file folders. So the homework folder and the school documents folder. I want to make sure that I don't forget an item that needs to be returned to the school and that my kids are always doing their homework on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, I am processing the daily mail. Now, ideally, when I put the mail in, I kind of have a general idea of what documents are in there. If there's anything that's urgent, I handle that right away. But if things don't need to be processed, they can wait until processing on Monday. The other thing I want to share with you is a optionable out bin. So an out bin is going to be a bin that you create for things that you say need to return, maybe things that came in wrong order, things that you need to drop off, things like that. So an out bin is something that you can do that's optional. I don't actually have an out bin. I tend to just kind of like throw it in the trunk of the car. And that way, when I'm out and about, it's just there. Or I'll set it right next to the counter there, and so that I know that that day when I leave the household, that item needs to come with me. Having these organized file folders has simplified my daily incoming mail and also simplified the time that I spend looking for documents. The minute something comes in, I have a place to put there. I know exactly where it needs to go, and then I can pull it out when I need to. And then processing on a weekly basis has helped me make sure that I'm not paying bills late, I'm not missing documents that I need, and I don't forget the permission slips because I know, mom life. It's happened to all of us. It's okay. Simplifying your daily system in regards to all of your mail and your paperwork is going to change your life. It's going to make things so much simpler and your stress level is going to go down. If you love this system, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I love sharing all the tips about cleaning, organizing, and decluttering, and I'm so excited that you were here to join me for this tip on creating a less cluttered counter and organizing your daily mail.